Kenny, how much time have you spent over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, looking at film of the last 13 games or so?
Not so much as the last 13 games, because really what's done is done. The focus has really been on Stanford. Having extra time to watch their film and what they do defensively has been huge. So, I feel like I could play this game Saturday. It feels like a game week that I'd be ready to go this Saturday. So having a whole another week after having this week under my belt and then go out in El Paso and having more practices, I think it'll be huge for our team and our offense.
Obviously, look at the passing game wasn't where I think anybody expects it to be against Clemson. But do you feel like it's wholesale changes, or do you feel like it's mostly in the details that can be relatively easily cleaned up? Going from one game to the next.
Right. Yeah. There's obviously at all three phases. We gotta protect, throw and catch better across the board. Also, Clemson's got they're up front. They're pretty good. They got some guys that one-on-one matchups they just kind of beat you. That's what looking back at the film and seeing what we need to do to clean things up. But we've been working really hard since then, cleaning it up, and it'll be better coming out of Stanford.
What was your initial reaction, I guess, when you hear the bowl game that you guys are going to and the opponent you guys are getting?
Don't really know much about the Sun Bowl, prior to it. I don't think I've ever watched it. Did some research on it. El Paso's cool going out there. Some warmer weather, which is very nice. We have had some rough games, some rough weather this year. So that's exciting. Playing a Pac-12 opponent's cool. It's something you don't really have often. It's just exciting. It's a new experience.
Have you reflected on the season much? You said you didn't watch much video yet, but have you reflected on how you've played this season?
Yes and no. There's still one game left, so I'm really my whole focus has been on finishing out right and getting this win, that we need to get for the seniors and for the coaches and the rest of the team. But I think after the bowl game, that's when I really sit down. Okay, look what I need to improve on. What do I have to do this off season to get to where I want to get to?
Some of the older guys were in here saying the first few days after the championship game, some of the seniors got a little time off, some time to rest. Did you get any time off, or were you still out there working with the guys you're going to be throwing to the next couple of seasons?
In terms of you want to get the receivers rest, but we were in the weight room. I was in the weight room, right away in the film room trying to figure it with Coach Watson. Watching the Clemson film, and then once we put that to bed, picked up on Stanford and got a jump on them before this week. So no, it wasn't really much of a break. Just kind of in a different kind of practice. You're in the weight room instead of out in the practice field. So there wasn't much of a break though.
Is it hard not to play for a month between games?
It's new, something that I haven't experienced. But in terms of practice, practice has been what it's been all season. It's been good. Guys giving good effort. I haven't seen a change in that. But it just feels weird not having a game every Saturday. That's definitely just something different.
You said everyone's playing in this bowl game. There's no seniors who are skipping or guys looking ahead to the draft. Is that pretty much what you expected out of this group as you come to know them?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't expect anyone to sit out.
What do you know about Stanford's defense so far, and what stands out to you?
They got one pretty good corner. I know number 11 can play a little bit. They mix it up in the back end. They have a lot more closed looks than the open looks that we've seen throughout this season. Mix between odd and even fronts. They want their linebackers making plays and they go odd. They kind of want those guys up front just to hold up blocks and let those guys run and make tackles. Some new stuff, some stuff that we've seen before. Like I said, having the extra weeks of practice is definitely going to help us.